Today we celebrate a full moon in Taurus, and it is conjunct Uranus. Okay, the only thing that we can depend on is the undependable. The only thing we can expect is the unexpected when it comes to Uranus. So that's tied up in all of this energy. It may feel like life is shaking you out of your routine, pushing you to question everything that feels comfortable, what feels secure in your life. It could be almost anything. It could be a change at work, and you weren't expecting it, a surprising change, a shift in a relationship, an unexpected expense that leaves you rethinking how you've been managing your finances. And at first, it's going to feel unsettling. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's pushing us out of our comfort zones. We feel the ground beneath us shift. But underneath that lies a powerful opportunity for growth. This energy is a call to break free from routines, from patterns that have kept you stuck, to release old fears, to embrace new possibilities. And everything is waiting just outside of your comfort zone. So we will be pushed into that. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We'll gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy and move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. I am going to be, tomorrow is a travel day, so I may not, depending on when I finally reach home, I may just not have the get up and go to do the weekend, but when we have a full moon, I mean, it's worth reviewing a couple of times or go in search of more information, so that you can really apply yourself to this energy and move forward with a strength. Okay, daily focus for today, November the 15th, 2024. So we have the 15 energy today, and the 15 energy is all about that, moving outside of our comfort zones. It's about understanding the behaviors, the habits, the routines that we may have in our life, the people we may have in our life, the environments we invite into our life that we have around us right now, that they are not moving us forward. They are not supporting us in our journey. In fact, it's the opposite. They're a detriment to who we are and where we're going. So the 15 is all about looking at those habits and those behaviors and pushing ourselves out of that, adopting new beginnings, new starts, fresh realizations come into play, and we put fresh action behind it. 1 + 5 is a 6 energy, and that is our habits and our behaviors, our routines, and mixing things up and understanding what supports us, what allows us to grow, what is in line with our values, our goals, our dreams, our desires, our passions, and what is working against us. If we do the daily numerology, it would be an 11 plus a 6 plus an 8. And that gives us a 25 energy. So the 25 energy is success after great difficulty. So if you are going through a difficult time, know that you are going through it for a reason, and you will have a successful outcome, so long as you are putting your focus on it in a very positive and enlightening way. You know, maybe you're going deep inside, maybe to understand it. Maybe you are going to therapy or talking to a trusted friend or doing some research or whatever it might be. Okay, if your focus is on that difficulty, the success will come out of it. So don't shy away from it. Don't look in the other direction. Don't try and fill the void with something else, but rather look at the difficulty, understand it for what it is, and how you can get through it successfully. Because there is success on the other side. Now, if you've just gone through a difficult patch, this is a time when the successes start coming in, or it could be something that we are just entering, depending on other factors. But that, you know, that's the 25 energy. It could be in the past, in the present, or coming soon to a theater new year to you. Okay, if I edited, I would have taken that out. 25, 2 + 5 is a 7 energy, and that is about creating harmony, beauty, love in our environments, in our relationships, growing them stronger. Now the sun is in Scorpio, our moon is in Taurus, and we do have a couple events actually in the sky today. Saturn will go stationary direct today. This ends a 6-month period of intense self-reflection, responsibility, and restructuring. I was starting to get tired of saying it over and over in the cards, so I'm glad that this period is over, although I do love Saturn retrogrades because it allows us to pull our heads out of the clouds and get grounded and really understand what's most important to us. What do we really want to go after in life, and how we are actually going to do that. Okay, it is about, a self-reflection, our responsibilities, our restructuring. And we're being encouraged to move forward with, a sense of clarity, a sense of intention. Okay, what has been brewing beneath the surface during these months has, it now has the opportunity to manifest outwardly. Okay, it empowers us to take some very deliberate, strong, bold steps towards our goals. We have a newfound wisdom that we have gained during this retrograde. Now it's time to apply that wisdom to action. So reflect on the lessons you've learned over the last 6 months. Were you asked to slow down, to reconsider, to restructure aspects of your life? I'm sure you have in some way, in some form. We all have. Okay, it's time to look at our plans, our strategies, our goals, our dreams, and infuse them now with practical, bold actions. So think about it. Did a certain part of your life need restructuring in some way? Did we become aware of certain routines, habits, behaviors that could align with and support our long-term goals? So it's very much like that 6 energy, right? That 24 and 6 energy that we are dealing with the numerology. So the numerology and the astrology definitely go hand in hand when it comes to Saturn going direct. Okay, so some of them could have aligned with our long-term goals, and which ones were working against us? Were there healthy boundaries that needed to be put into place? Now is the time to start to commit to the structures, the habits, the plans, and support your long-term vision. Okay, but the big news today is that we have a full moon in Taurus at 24 degrees. Yes, the 24 energy again. So the numerology is electrified. The 6 energy is electrified because not only is it in our numerology, but that is when our full moon energy hits us at its peak. Okay, so Taurus is a very grounded energy. Okay, our 5 senses come alive. It speaks to our deepest desires for security, for comfort, and joys in our life, but tangible joys in our life, I would think. Okay, something that we can actually see or feel or taste or hear or touch or... Okay, it really is about our 5 senses. And if we really want to harness the energy of this full moon, focus on what brings a sense of comfort, of everyday comfort, satisfaction in your life. Okay, definitely start to engage in some kind of grounding exercise or practice, whether it's meditation or journaling or, spending time outdoors, connecting with nature, connecting with your inner self. And let's not forget, Taurus is also about our finances, our money. So it would be a good time to look at our money strategies. Is it wise? Do we need to adjust? Do we need to temper something? Do we need to maybe sell certain stocks and in the hopes of buying new stocks, or reinvesting it in a different way? Reinvesting it in ourselves, perhaps. Okay? Like you may have a nest egg in the bank, but you don't touch it for nothing, and then your car breaks down one day and it costs you some money, and you're like, that's sad that that's the only thing I do with my money is I make sure that I can survive another day. Maybe I need to take some of that money, put it in another pot for joys and happiness, that trip I've always wanted to take, that thing that I've always wanted to purchase and own and utilize. Okay, so, you might get that understanding of how you use money today and how you want to use your money going forward in order to bring in happiness, security, joy. Okay, this energy can point out where we've gotten too rigid to new opportunities. And we need to reflect on our physical and emotional needs. Okay, it's very much a physical energy. And the moon being involved is our emotion. So find ways to sustain, or even grow. Okay, raise the bar maybe even on yourself. For long-term success. So it's not like today I'm going to work out and then I'm going to not do it again because I'll wait for the energy to come back around. It's doing the exercises, it's doing the workout, and then committing to it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, whatever it might be. It could be a time to declutter your living space and create a more calming environment. Get rid of some of that clutter. Get rid of so much, taking away from what you really want to see, when you open up the space, it brings in harmony. When it's cluttered, that's disharmony. And when it's cluttered, you can't think as well, you can't feel as good. It's the space. That's why we get out in an open pasture and we just feel so alive, or top of a hill or a mountain, and you feel so alive. It's because there's a space all around you. So open the space up into your world during this time. Okay, treat yourself to things that awaken your senses. Okay, the fragrance of a flower. Take time to smell the flower as you walk by. Absolutely. Time to smell the roses, so to speak. Having that delicious meal, your favorite foods, or listening to some music that just makes you have that all good feeling. Reflect on what brings you in a sense of inner peace, a sense of security, a sense of harmony. Okay, and set some intentions to invite more of that into your everyday routines and your everyday environment. Maybe you want to start getting cut flowers once a week or once every other week at, the little market on your way home from work or something, just to put on your table so that when you're eating, you're having a good meal with the beautiful fragrance and the sight of it all together coming alive. Okay, it's a time to celebrate those kinds of things in our life, and you'll be amazed at the optimistic, energetic person that evolves out of just those simple little things that we can do. Okay, we're being urged to break out of, oh my gosh, I'm thirsty. And the coffee cup was empty. Okay, let me catch my breath. They're not letting me breathe here. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're being urged to break away from old patterns that have stagnated us. I don't know if I can pause this. Let me try pausing it. I need a drink, guys. Okay, I survived. Oh my goodness. And my daughter's fridge is not working properly, so it's like ice cold in there. So when I pulled the water out, the minute I opened it, the water started to freeze, and I had to really drink in a hurry. Oh my gosh. And now it's the animals. Okay, hang on one more sec. Okay, I came back. So just to explain, they have a puppy. Okay, he's about 7 months old. Helix. He's like a miniature chow. He's so adorable. And they also have an 18-year-old cat. So as much as the cat tries to stay away from puppy, puppy doesn't understand. So when I hear the certain hiss, there's 3 cats. So when I hear that certain hiss, it's like I've got to go because Helix has got the poor thing in a corner somewhere. Anyways, where were we talking about? Let's just go into, I'm sure I beat up that energy enough for you that you get the sense of it. Uranus, okay? Uranus is conjunct with our full moon. So the unexpected. Definitely. Things coming at you seemingly out of nowhere. Absolutely. Okay, but what it's going to bring in for us is these revelations. Okay, maybe perhaps you're starting to see yourself in a very new light, or your surroundings, or what you do for a living, or in your relationships. Okay, and you're starting to recognize a need or a desire, or maybe several, that you've been ignoring, that you've been pushing down because you feel you have to work so hard and you have to be, you have to be strong, and you've got to push through things, and you've got to make decisions, and you got to keep this going, you got to do that, and you got to pack the lunches, and you got to get to work, and you got to take care of a family, and you've got to make the boss happy, you got to work that overtime. And there's all these kinds of things that come in at you on a daily basis, and you're forgetting about you. You have been ignoring you, the most important person in the scenario. The only person in the scenario many times. So allow yourself to see yourself in a new light. Allow yourself to think, and I think I even talked about this yesterday, with the Tom and Lisa, okay? When I was talking about the couple, Tom and Lisa, was that yesterday? And Lisa needed to just come home and have that quiet time. And I said, even if I didn't need that quiet time, I would tell Tom, my husband, that I did, I'll be Lisa in this, I did need that half an hour or so, and I would pamper myself. I would do something nice for myself. I would take a bubble bath, or I would read a book, or I'd listen to music, or I'd meditate, or maybe do a little bit of stretching and yoga, whatever it might be, but it was just for me. Okay, doing a little bit of painting. Maybe I'm going to tell Tom I need 2 hours. So it is definitely about, understanding. And I think we get these revelations, these aha moments, these epiphanies come in telling us that it's time to take time for ourselves, to treat ourselves nicer, to bring in more happiness and joy and beauty. And it could just be that vase of flowers sitting on the table. It doesn't have to be elaborate in order for it to have a very profound and bold impact on your life. Okay, maybe it's, you get that aha moment or that revelation about a money habit that's been holding you back. Okay, and this energy does ask you to be brave, to let go of what's safe, of what you normally do, and trust that you're being guided towards a life that feels truer, more aligned with who you are really becoming. This is a time to be curious, to be open, and be willing to make some changes. They're probably going to be uncomfortable. It's okay. Everything is uncomfortable when we always do it the first time ever. Okay, using a fork, using chopsticks, what it might be for you. When it's new, it's uncomfortable. And sometimes the greatest breakthroughs will come from these moments when you may be almost feeling like you are being forced to adapt, to get creative, to trust in a new path. So remember that these shakeups are here to free you, to bring you closer to a life filled with authenticity, a life of joy. Absolutely. Okay, let's go to the cards. That one cat talks all day, just meows away all day. Okay, we'll cut the cards. And we have, for underlying energy, the Seven of Cups. Oh, there's so many choices. How do we want our lives to look is really what this card is asking us. There's so many choices. Okay, and some of them are great choices, some of them are bad choices. Look at what you are inviting in. Think of what you really want to invite in, and will you be happy with that long term? Okay, I know one woman that she did pretty well her whole inside of the house in barn board in different areas. And at first it looked very unique, but after a while it looked very drab, and it was everywhere you looked. And so, really think about and so now she says, she's minimized it to a certain room, and it still pops now because you're not seeing it everywhere. At first it looked like really cool, but after time. So really think about the here and now, but also future tense. Okay, is this something I want long term into my life? Okay, remember Saturn is now going direct. So is this something long-term I want into my life is a very good question. And, it brings long-term stability and security in, which is the Taurus full moon. We have the Strength card as our first card. So yeah, it's going to take courage. It's going to take strength. It's going to be a time when we need to take a chance on us, a risk on us. Okay, to believe in ourselves, to know that we can accomplish, know that we can go forward, and with a sense of integrity, with authenticity. Absolutely. That lion isn't fearing you. You're not fearing the lion because you are confident, you are strong, you are courageous. The lion senses that. The lion is also those things. You sense that. You respect each other. And you can't respect each other if there's not integrity attached to it. Strong energy. The Strength card followed by the Hangman, which is the 12 energy. Being in the moment. Understanding. Helix, what are you doing? Helix, what are you doing there? Oh, it got quiet. The Hangman, control. Okay, where do we have control in our life? Where do we need control in our life? Where do we need to let go of control? It's not moving us forward. It doesn't bring anything of value back into our world. It really does have to be a one or a two, a win-win situation. Oh my gosh, we're getting all mixed up here. The cats are making too much noise, drawing my attention. This is the time to be in silence. This is the time to look within. This is the time to understand what you are actually dealing with, what you are actually trying to create, what kind of energy you want to surround yourself with. This is the time when we look to the new plan or the adjusted plan. Because we've just come out of the retrograde, right? So it was looking at our plan, it was looking at our strategy, and looking at the different ways that we could actually take a step forward. And now is the time to take those steps. So which of those steps made a lot of sense to you? And we want to actually disconnect from emotion as much as possible. So just be aware that under any kind of moon energy, full moons and new moons, that it is our heart center that is being affected the most. Okay, it's our emotions, it's our feelings. Okay, so very abstract kind of energy, because we can't ever see a feeling, we can't ever see an emotion really, or feel it or touch it. I guess we can see it, but we can't feel it, we can't touch it, we can't draw a picture of it, so to speak, without it being abstract in some way, leading you to the emotion or the feeling. So make sure that you're not just resting solely on your heart center here, but also your sage wisdom, and combine those together, cement those together. I mean, just wake up in the morning and ask for your emotion and your logic to be cemented together to work as one. So you're not making decisions right now out of pure logic, and Taurus will kind of make you want to do that. But we don't want to do the full emotion, which is the moon, right? So we bring those energies together. We find that sweet spot where everything can work together to bring us in the truest answers, the truest possibilities of our step forwards. And then, my goodness, we have the sun. So this is understanding your accomplishments, what you've done in order to get to the here and now, and how it's time to go forward. It's time to go into, a new pathway. Okay, and that light doesn't come from the sun, it comes from you. You light the way because you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have the clarity, you have the understanding now to start taking some bold steps in a certain direction. And that's probably going to take a little bit, the first 2 weeks, so over the next couple of weeks actually, with full moon energy. And Saturn is even a slower progress to really getting back into our game. So don't push yourself too hard. Okay, just look at that next step and that next step and that next step. After a while, we'll stop and we'll look back. But right now, that is where we need to put our focus and our attention of just pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones just a little bit each and every day until it feels right, until it feels like second nature, and then push ourselves a little bit more. And we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is raising the bar on ourselves, believing in ourselves, having that confidence. So there's a lot of energy here telling us that our confidence is raised under this time, during this time, under this energy during this time. And the Knight of Cups. And this is all about the knight in shining armor. You could find somebody, your soulmate, your whatever you want to call it, your new spouse, your new best friend, your partner in life, your partner in business perhaps. But this is more of a love kind of energy. Or we could be creating strong new relationships or growing the bonds of a current relationship. Or maybe reigniting a relationship. Maybe you haven't, you started to realize that you haven't been meeting your friend every week for coffee or tea or whatever you did. Get around the kitchen table for the afternoon, whatever it might have been. In the garage, hanging out in the garage for the back deck, the front porch, whatever it might be for you. Okay, and so maybe it's time to reconnect. Maybe it's time to build that bond. It's a time for two hearts to come together and meet and celebrate the moment together and enjoy that blissful feeling of connection. Okay, we will get an oracle card. So it really is beautiful energy that we have, but we have to stay flexible. Don't be rigid, okay? Don't confine yourself too much to what you are doing now. Allow for routines to change, behaviors to be tweaked, new habits brought in, old habits kicked to the curb. Take time to love yourself, pamper yourself. We have Make a Wish. What a beautiful card to have on a full moon energy. Make a wish. Where is the card? There we go. I just don't know where the camera is. Okay, there we are. So if I'm not making eye contact, it's because I'm not in my office. I don't have things set up right. I went through it already of what I've been going through. I've thrown the camera in the box. It's not even heavy enough to be a paperweight. As a child, you may have been encouraged to blow on a dandelion and make a wish. As you blew, the seeds, the blossoms from the stem, As you blew the seed blossoms from the stem, they would be carried on the wind so your wish could be fulfilled. This card is a gentle reminder to set clear intentions about what you wish for in your life. You are being asked what you would like, and at this moment, anything is possible. If you were given one wish, what would you wish for? Trust that your wish will be granted at the most opportune time and in the manner that supports you to the fullest. Right at the end of that card, it seems like the light changes in here or something. Okay, let's go to an animal card. Now, I do not have my Journey of Love cards. I did not pack them, so I do apologize. I think this is the first moon reading that I'm doing without my trusted deck to finish off. But okay, we have Go the Extra Mile with the Elephant. Go the extra mile. Okay, don't stop at mediocre. Charge through. Ignite your path. Nurture, productive, communicate, forget it. Listen. The purpose of life is not to be happy, but to matter, to be productive, to be useful, to have it all make some difference, that you've lived it all. Elephant reminds you that when you feel like quitting, it just means that you've got some extra steps to take. Many times people set goals and stop in the middle of them, frustrated. Elephant motivates you to keep going. It could be an exercise program, a new skill that you want to try, or a friend that you've been meaning to call. Elephant teaches you that being gentle, having commitment, and clear communication can help in your relationships. On the outside, Elephant looks like an intimidating creature, but she is actually a nurturer, wanting everyone to succeed and feel protected. Elephant is also very telepathic. Telepathy. Oh my gosh. It just wouldn't come to me. And with the sixth sense, can feel the energy around her with friends, family, even strangers. She can sense danger and responds accordingly. Elephant reminds you where you are needed and how to get a good feel for it. The words may not be spoken. Although elephants are large and heavy, they walk noiselessly and with much grace. Elephant gives you that subtle hint that you are needed. So listen to the signals with all your senses. Listen to your signals with all your senses. And we are so much in an energy right now that is all about our senses. So come alive over the next several weeks with your senses. Start to understand and appreciate some of the things that you want to bring into your world on a sustainable, everyday basis. Love yourself, and the rest just falls into place. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.